Welcome, everybody. Please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You
can be seated. Good morning. I want to begin by wishing all the mothers a happy and special Mother's Day weekend. It is a privilege to be here with so many vibrant and intelligent students who are eager to live out their callings and make a difference in the world. Graduates, you are not here by accident, but rather because of dedication, hard work, and perseverance. As you look around, I encourage you to give thanks to the family and friends who have helped you. They have been behind you all along, offering support at each stage of your journey. I hope that you're also grateful for the staff and the faculty who prepared and encouraged you to pursue your dreams and passions. Enjoy this day, one that you will always remember. It is now my privilege to invite the Dean and Chief Administrative Officer of Kent State University at Stark, Dr. Denise A. Sechrist, to the podium.
Thank you, Reverend Johanning. Welcome, and congratulations to this fantastic class of Kent State University at Stark graduates. This is such a jubilant day for you, for your families, and for all of us at Kent State. This is a day for celebrating, for smiling, and cheering. Let us join in applause for our graduating class. Today, we have a lot for which to be thankful: family, community, and the opportunity to gather on our beautiful campus. As your dean, I warmly welcome each of you to celebrate this truly remarkable milestone in your lives and that of your alma mater. I wish to acknowledge that some of our graduates were in the class of 2020 when they graduated from high school and missed the opportunity to take in a traditional commencement. We are honored by your participation today and hope that you revel in the pomp and circumstance of this moment. You have earned the pride of this moment. Now is the time to excel personally and build upon the success you have achieved at your hometown university. Never forget that you will always have a home at Kent State Stark. On behalf of the entire Kent State family, the dedicated faculty and staff who have been in your corner every step of the journey, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. We will continue to cheer as you move forward with purpose, armed with your Kent State University degree. For what you have achieved and for what we know you will achieve, your alma mater is bursting with pride as we bestow your degrees and the title Kent State Alumna or Alumnus. You are now part of Kent State's lineage, forever a golden flash. We have a distinguished platform party with us this morning. From my right, your left, Reverend Brian Johanning, Executive Director of Interfaith Campus Ministry, Kent State University at Stark. Ms. Tracy Stevens, Retired External Affairs Manager, Dominion Energy, and Kent State University at Stark Advisory Board Chair. Dr. Robert Sturr, Assistant Dean and Associate Professor of English, Kent State University at Stark. Mr. Todd Starkey, Head Coach, Kent State University Women's Basketball, and our distinguished commencement speaker. Dr. Peggy Shattuck, Vice President, Regional Campuses, and Dean, College of Applied and Technical Studies, Kent State University. And Dr. Stephen Niederheiser, Associate Professor of English and Chair, Kent State University at Stark Faculty Council. Kent State University at Stark holds all graduates in high esteem and takes an added measure of pride in those who are graduating with institutional honors. A description of these honors is contained in your program. Will the bachelor's degree candidates graduating summa cum laude please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates graduating magna cum laude please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates graduating cum laude please stand and remain standing? Congratulations to all of you on this achievement. Please be seated. Select members among today's graduates have committed themselves to serving our country through the armed forces. Veterans and active military members graduating today are wearing red, white, and blue cords. I ask our armed forces graduates to please stand. Thank you for your service. It is now my pleasure to introduce your speaker, Todd Starkey, the head coach of Kent State University's women's basketball team. This past spring, in his 8th season as head coach, the Golden Flashes team experienced their first visit to the NCAA tournament in 22 years by winning the 2024 Mid-American Conference tournament. This achievement was no accident, but instead reflects the foundation for success created by Coach Starkey. During the 2022-23 season, Kent State won 21 games, the most in 17 years. Already the second winningest coach in school history with 143 victories, including 4 against opponents from Power 5 conferences, Coach Starkey has now led the Golden Flashes to 5 postseason tournaments. He has led the program to back-to-back 20-win seasons for the first time in 13 seasons. As you might expect, Coach Starkey puts tremendous effort into supporting his players and assistant coaches. During his first year as head coach, he was named 2017 MAC Coach of the Year for guiding Kent State to one of the biggest turnarounds in NCAA Division I women's basketball history. He came to Kent State University after serving 2 seasons as an assistant coach at Indiana University, among other notable responsibilities. Coach Starkey has made academics a priority for his players. As such, Kent State has earned a spot on the Women's Basketball Coaches Association Academic Top 25 honor roll during 2 of the past 3 seasons. His commitment has always been to the personal growth and development of the athletes in this fine program. He recognizes, as we do at Kent State University at Stark, the sacred trust that students and their families have with our university. Please help me welcome your commencement speaker, Coach Todd Starkey.
Believe me, nobody's more uncomfortable in a robe than me. My dad is a retired college professor, and he has 2 doctorate degrees. So he wore a robe quite frequently this time of year. But I have a little story to tell you about Dean Sechrist. I don't know if you heard during the national anthem that wonderful voice coming from the stage. My father was a professor for Dean Sechrist at Youngstown State University, and was her voice professor. So as I was hearing you sing, it kind of warmed my heart, thinking about my dad, and was able to see him last week down in Bloomington. Want to say thank you to Dean Sechrist for asking me to be the speaker today. The greatest compliment I can give to Dean Sechrist is that she was my babysitter at one point when I was a young person, when she was about your age as graduates. I want to also say thank you to Ashley Brightbill and Kathy Spicer for setting things up for me today and making me feel welcome. I offer you greetings from Kent State main campus, from President Todd Dyken and from Provost Melody Tankersley. And this is a great honor for me. This is my first commencement speech. I'm used to being in a locker room or on the court with a whistle around my neck, trying to bring people together to do things sometimes they don't want to do, all towards a greater good. But they said I had about 10 or 12 minutes today, so I want to put myself to the test. I'm a bit of a competitor. I know everybody's got their phones. This is not a put your phone away event. This is take your phones out. I want everybody to take your phones out. Come on, let's go. Everybody take your phones out. Come on, graduates, I know you have your phones. No, you don't have your phones with you. You're kidding me. For the first time ever, professors, they don't have their phones. Who has their phone? I want you to do this for me. If you have your phone, turn your flashlight on. Got a few. We got a couple people out there. Oh, we do have a lot of phones. You down here? One. Look at these incredibly responsible professors that left their phones in there. Okay, we do have some phones. Good, keep those out. You can turn your flashlights off. It looks like a rock concert in here. Turn your flashlights off so I'm not blind up here. But we're going to do a couple things with your phones. I want you to keep those out, okay? I want to say thank you to all the moms, okay? How many moms are in here? Raise your hands. Moms in here. Give them a round of applause. To all the moms. Okay. So not to put a somber mood on things. The rain did that for us already. But lost my mom 2 years ago, and my mom was my hero. Right? She was my biggest fan, my biggest supporter. Nobody supported me like my mom did. And so what I want you to do is, if you have your phone out and you're fortunate enough to still have your mom with you, while I'm speaking, I want you to text thank you to your mom. Right now, I want you to do it, okay? I want you to text a thank you to your mom for all that she's meant to you. If you're still fortunate to do that now. Don't put it off. I want you to say thanks to your mom. And once again, if you have your phone out during this speech, that means you're listening. I want you to participate while we're going here, okay? The other thing I want you to do is, if you have your phone on, I want you to go to, if you can, there's a spot there that says clock, your little apps thing there, and you got a stopwatch on there, and I want you to press start because I got 10 minutes, okay? I'm a competitor. I want to beat 10 minutes here, so go ahead and press start and see if I can beat 10 minutes. I want to talk about a few things really quickly as we're going, okay? The first thing is, I'm going to take the mic off the stand. That's way too formal for me. All right. A couple things I want to focus on today. Graduates, you went through a lot to get here today. All right? I don't know the challenges that you faced. All right? Challenges in your childhood or your family, or challenges with studying and focus like I had when I was growing up. I was certainly not a great student when I was going to school. The thing that kept me the most interested in going to school and doing well was the ability to play sports. So that was my motivation. I wanted to make sure I did well in the classroom so I could stay on the court or on the track or on the field and be a participant. So whatever motivates you and whatever got you to this point served as a purpose for you in your life. The other thing I want you to do with your phones, if you have them out, there's an app that's your notes section, okay? Some of you will have to take mental notes, but I'm going to give you a few short quotes that have helped me get through some of the toughest parts of my life, okay? All right? Are you ready? First one is this. From my favorite movie, The Shawshank Redemption. Who's seen The Shawshank Redemption? Okay. My favorite movie character of all time, Morgan Freeman played the character of Red, right? And at one point in that movie, he said these words, "Get busy living or get busy dying." Okay? And so what sets that up is a situation in that movie, right, where he has a choice to make, where he can give up on being back in the real world, or he can get busy living and go find his friend Andy on the beach, right? If you've watched that movie. So many things that we can take away from that. But for me, get busy living or get busy dying is a choice that we can make every day. You have the opportunity, you woke up this morning, you have the opportunity to live this day to its fullest, or let yourself die a little bit more each day. I would encourage you to live for each other, for your families, for those people behind you, graduates that are here to support you, right? You've made them proud to be in these robes today and this regalia. You've made them proud that they came through a rainy day to be here to support you, and they're very proud of you, and you should be proud of yourselves. Next quote I want you to type into that notes section of your phone, if you have it out, is something that I say quite frequently to our players, and that is, do the next right thing. So in the sport of basketball, it's a very quick sport, right? If you've watched basketball, it goes up and down the court very quickly. There's very few timeouts. In football, you run a play, you go back to the huddle, you get a pause. Baseball, you get to throw the ball back to the mound, and play stops. In basketball, things go quickly. And one of the things we talk to our players about is doing the next right thing. If you just did the wrong thing, do the next right thing. If you did the right thing, still do the next right thing. And if you put enough of the right things together in sequence, you're going to do a lot of great things in life. You're also going to win a lot of basketball games. So we talk about do the next right thing. You can use that at times in your life. You just made a mistake. You said the wrong thing to someone. You forgot somebody's birthday. You forgot to say thank you to someone. You can always do the next right thing. Okay? And so in just a moment, we're going to take some selfies. Okay? So if you have your phones out, get to your camera. We're going to take some selfies here, and everybody's going to participate in one way or another. All right? I do want to share another quote with you, and it's from my favorite football coach. And some of you will probably boo when I say this name. But as a young person growing up in Canfield, Ohio, Youngstown area, in the 1970s, I had a choice to make between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I figured you'd say that, and it was an easy choice for me in the 70s because the Steelers won 4 Super Bowl rings. So I am a Steelers fan, and I am a Mike Tomlin fan, and even if you don't like the Steelers, I hope you'll be a fan of some things that he says. And he recently came out and had a quote that said this. Hear me. Hear this. It's not what you're capable of. It's what you're willing to do. Hear that again. It's not what you're capable of. It's what you're willing to do. okay? And that comes down to everything in life. Everybody in this room has talents and abilities, right? And it doesn't matter if you have those talents or abilities or what God has blessed you with. It's what you're willing to do with those things that matter. It's not what you're capable of. It's what you're willing to do. I want to speak about my team this year because we weren't the most talented team. We had a lot of things stacked against us. Our starting point guard in the middle of our conference season tore her ACL. And a lot of people counted us out. But the players in that locker room believed. And we learned more from our failures this year than we did from our victories. I remember a game late in conference play. We were playing Ball State. Ball State had one of their best teams in school history, 28-5. And we lost at home, second to the last game of conference play. And I came into the locker room, and the question I always try to ask myself before I go in the locker room is not what I want to say, but what do they need to hear? Okay? So I had what I thought what they needed to hear, and they weren't down, they weren't frustrated, but they were visibly mad. Frustration and anger are two different emotions. And in that moment, I knew we were going to win the conference championship because they wanted to get the wrongs that they did on the court that evening. They wanted to get those right. And I knew if we played Ball State again, we were going to win. And we did. We played them in the semifinals at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, a team that had beat us twice in the regular season. We held them to their lowest point total of the season and beat them by 15 to get to the championship game against the University of Buffalo. And I knew going into that game, we were winning. Because we had a young lady on that team named Katie Shoemate, who I want you to know is graduated yesterday, main campus, bio pre-med, all conference, first team, graduated 1,800 points and 800 rebounds, is ready to go to podiatry school at Kent State, wants to be a foot doctor. But guess what she's going to do before she does that? She's already signed with an agent. She's going to go overseas and play professional basketball. It's been a dream of hers since she was a little girl. And we knew, looking in Katie's eyes, we weren't going to lose. And we had the opportunity to win that game. So we won the championship there, had the opportunity to go on. Face ID, it's got to open up again. Do I remember there we go. We had the opportunity to go on and play Notre Dame in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And I was so proud of our players the way that they played, okay? And so the failures that you have in life are what you learn from, and that's how you get better. In that case, as a team, that's how we grew. I want to move on to one more thing, and that is a quote from a speech given by a former president, Theodore Roosevelt. And it's one of the speeches that I think is one of the most profound things that I've ever read or heard in my life. It was written the same year as Kent State University began, which is 1910. 1910. Just over 114 years ago, President Theodore Roosevelt spoke these words. It's the man in the arena. So you can substitute every time I say man for people, for woman, for whoever you are. But his words were this: it's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory or defeat. Paris, France, April 23rd, 1910, the same year that Kent State University began. And those words still ring true today. Don't be a critic on the sideline of life. Don't be one that points fingers and says other people can do things better. Jump in with both feet. Be a full participant in life. You've come this far, graduates. You've accomplished great things. Let this be a beginning and not an end. Congratulations to the class of 2024. Give yourselves a hand.
Thank you, Coach. I now invite Dr. Robert Sturr to present the degree candidates. And as he's going to the podium, I'd like to take a moment to let you know a little something about Dr. Sturr. He came to this campus in 1997 as an assistant professor of English. And he was a dedicated faculty member. He has a medallion around his neck as a distinguished faculty, a distinguished teaching award recipient. He earned tenure and was promoted to associate professor, and he has dedicated his entire professional career to serving the needs of every student he meets. And since 2020, Dr. Sturr has served very ably as the assistant dean on this campus, and we have all benefited from his wise counsel. But in July, Dr. Sturr will be heading to the Kent campus to be the chair of the English department, and we are very excited for this new opportunity in his professional journey, and we wish him well. And Dr. Sturr, I, and all of your colleagues wish you great success. And we want you to know we love you, and we appreciate you, and we want you to remember, just as I said to the students, you will always have a home at Kent State University at Stark. Thank you.
I have a job to do now. Thank you so much, Dean Sechrist, and thank you, colleagues and students and friends. Okay, but this is about you, graduates. It's now my honor to ask if the candidates for the Associate of Arts degree would please rise. Will the candidates for the Associate of Science degree please rise? Will the candidate for the Associate of Applied Science in Criminology and Justice Studies please rise? Dean Sechrist, upon the recommendation of the faculty of Kent State University at Stark, I present these students as candidates for the associate degree in their respective programs. They have satisfied all requirements for the appropriate degrees as determined by their academic departments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Kent State University, I confer upon you, subject to the completion of requirements, the associate degree appropriate to your program of study, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
It is customary at this time for all associate degree candidates to transfer their tassels from the right to the left, symbolizing the moment of graduation. Congratulations. If you will now present yourselves at the stage, as your name is read, you will be presented with the evidence of your accomplishment.
Martrea Richardson. Nevaeh Faith Mitchell. Kendall A. Merrill. Marissa R. Kessler. Gracie Rose Plouse. Tina M. Wilson.
Let's give them all one more round of applause. Thank you. Students, truly, this is our favorite time of year. This is like Christmas and everything all at once. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology in the College of Applied and Technical Studies please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Technical and Applied Studies in the College of Applied and Technical Studies please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Music Technology in the College of the Arts please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Integrative Studies in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? All right. Dean Sechrist. The faculty of Kent State University at Stark has approved the awarding of baccalaureate degrees to these students. They have satisfied all requirements for the degree as determined by their academic departments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Kent State University, I confer upon you, subject to the completion of requirements, the baccalaureate degree appropriate to your program of study, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Okay, are you ready? It is customary at this time for all baccalaureate degree candidates to transfer their tassels from the right to the left, symbolizing the moment of graduation. Congratulations. If you will now present yourselves at the stage, as your name is read, you will be presented with the evidence of your accomplishment.
Leah A. Borkanix. Ryan M. Nims. John R. Shoup. Spencer C. Bagwell. Justin J. Sanders. Gary B. Couch. Braden D. Kreitz. Joseph Fuller. Jacob M. Seffern. Alexandra E. Aboud. Elena R. Barkheimer. Madison E. Behan. Danielle E. Borsch Vaughn. Lauren O. Carpenter. Riley G. Doan. Bobby J. Fouty. Riley Tickle Green. Lindra L. Haynes. Jada L. Howard. Michaela A. Johnson. Corey A. Lee. Caitlin R. Morgan Michaels. Joe D. Miller. Sydney A. Monter. Allison R. Pryor. Riley S. Pullen. Aaliyah D. Ray. Lillian G. Ronsky. Amber Lynn Schumacher. Brittany R. Small. Lindsay I. Smith. Benjamin O. Swartz. Claire R. Tucker. Austin J. Vandegrift. Lamar B. Bryant. Elijah M. Hall. Taylor Pelk. Johnny H. Barnett. Cheyenne R. Howell. Natalie T. Marshall. Corey G. Snook.
Let us have one more round of applause for the 2023-2024 graduates. At this time, it is my privilege to present the Distinguished Teaching Award. This award is the highest teaching honor bestowed by our campus and demonstrates the value we place upon our principal mission of teaching and learning. It is fitting that at this celebration, we recognize the role that our faculty played in moving you to this point in your education. The Distinguished Teaching Award is presented each year to members of the resident faculty in recognition of the exceptional classroom teaching. It is indeed an honor to be nominated by students and peers for this award. This year, we have 2 recipients. The first recipient of this year's Distinguished Teaching Award is Professor Lisa Waite, Senior Lecturer in Communication Studies. Professor Waite, please join me at the podium. It's very heavy here. Let's come out to the center here. And the second recipient of this year's Distinguished Teaching Award is Professor Bob King, Associate Professor of English. Professor King, please join me at the podium. These 2 individuals are now part of a tradition that began 50 years ago in 1974, when Kent State University at Stark gave its first Distinguished Teaching Award. We are also fortunate to have a number of past recipients with us today. Will all former recipients of the Distinguished Teaching Award please stand? And please join me in giving them a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. On behalf of the entire Kent State community, I extend heartfelt congratulations to all graduates. We will watch with pride as you, our newest Kent State Stark alumni, invest your skills and talents to improve lives and better our region. We have no doubt that you will make your mark on the world. It is time to claim your future, secured by a strong foundation, a Kent State University education. Your time is now. In closing, I invite all of you to please stand and join in the singing of the first stanza of the Alma Mater that you will find in your program, after which I ask the audience to please be seated and remain seated for the recessional of the faculty and our distinguished guests. Thank you.
From the beauty land, oh,